Just as there is quite a bit of pre-planning before we can step on the job site, there is also some foundational work that needs to be done in order to set the stage before we show up to erect. The first literally being the foundation needs to be set by the concrete contractor, but we actually have a role in this stage. We, the steel subcontractor, need to have provided the anchor bolt embeds that need to be wet set by the concrete subcontractor into the foundation. These anchor bolt embeds are the foundation, or better yet, the base connection for our columns that will be brought in. The anchor bolt embeds that we provide will typically be 4 anchor bolt rods that are inserted into a thin template plate, creating the anchor bolt embed for the concrete contractor to set into concrete accurately according to the anchor bolt setting plans. Hey, just wanted to stop you and tell you thank you for watching. It really does support us when you watch. Take the extra step, like and subscribe this video and or follow us. It would really help us out. Carry on, enjoy the rest of the video. Check us out at workerefficiency.com for more videos just like this. See ya. The AISC outlines specific tolerances in which these anchor bolts need to be set. The vertical plumb of these rods can't be more than a ½ inch off, but does depend on the diameter of the anchor rod. So be sure to check your standard and tolerances for your job. Next, depending on the design of the structure, we also need to provide embeds that need to be set into the panel walls. If you recall from how to read drawings, embeds are connection points or fixtures that are set into concrete or masonry. Embeds can take a variety of forms, but typically are steel plates that have Nelson studs that are welded into the plate. If you have a concrete wall and you need to connect a steel beam to that concrete wall, an embed will be wet set and fixed to the wall so you can connect your beam to the wall. Now, we call these concrete tilt-up walls panels in steel construction. In the case for our office building, we have embeds that need to be set throughout our panels. The placement of these embeds, just like anchor bolts, have panel embed layout plans within our erection drawings. These embeds needed to be installed by the concrete contractor. We, as the steel subcontractor, providing the embeds. Now, once anchor bolts and embeds have been set, it is the owner's job to have all anchor bolts and embeds correctly placed. It is also the owner's job to set the elevation of one leveling nut on an anchor bolt of the 4 at an anchor bolt embed. Let's expand on this a little, as this might be confusing. Remember how we talked about elevation in how to read drawings? If we look at the anchor bolt setting plans for the office building and we go to the details for one of our anchor bolts on grid line C2, it says BO, or bottom of base plate elevation, is 1 foot and 1 inch from reference 0. Reference 0, ground elevation, is the concrete finished floor of our office building in this scenario. Reference 0 may be different from job to job. So the owner will typically delegate this to the GC, who will then typically delegate this to the concrete subcontractor, who will set the elevation for one leveling nut on one of our anchor bolts in a set. And then they will shoot it, which is just a cooler term for spray painting that nut and bolt. That spray paint creates a definitive line just in case for whatever reason that nut shifts on the bolt. It would thus be easy to set it back to the correct elevation. Let's not forget that the concrete contractor will also remove the template plate that was used to keep the anchor bolts together appropriately when they are set into concrete. The template job is done. Template plate removed so that when we install our column, it can rest on the leveling nut and other nuts adjusted according to the nut that was shot. The GC, or a concrete subcontractor, will have this done for one elevation nut, rod, bolt throughout the entire structure anchor bolt embeds. You're probably asking, why do they only set the elevation for one elevation nut on one anchor bolt of 4 anchor bolts in an embed? That's because it is our job as the iron workers or steel subcontractors to set the other 3 according to the reference or the one the concrete contractors or the GC or owner had set. This leads us into plumbing the column, and we will discuss this more shortly. So anchor bolts and various embeds alike will need to have been set and cured appropriately, along with one elevation nut and bolt at each anchor bolt embed that needs to be set to the correct elevation. Okay, embeds are set, panel walls are up and braced. We, the steel erectors, have the green light to come in and start throwing steel down, or up in this case. Thank you again for watching. We appreciate it. Like and subscribe, follow and share this video. It really does help us out. If you want to learn more, check out www.workerefficiency.com to find out more about our training courses and the app, and it will blow your mind. Learn more.